Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. I'm shooting this with a track camera. I just happened to notice what the voltage was set at here. 666, as you see. The devil's train is running. Anyway, running a Marx 897 on DC, as you see. And a fairly decent 897. So running on 6.6 volts. As you see, this is running really, really well. So like I said, I'll be doing experiments with this DC controller for weeks before I decide if I'm going to actually go to DC for the entire layout. But I have to admit, DC works much better than AC does in every application. Let's take this a bit faster. When it's smoother, it seems to be more efficient. You have lots of power. And of course, the intriguing thing about DC is the fact that you can just make these things literally crawl around the rail, where you cannot do this on AC. It'll just stop and buzz. But even under load at these speeds, as you see, the motor's pulling that train on DC. That's actually quite interesting. Anyway, take it back up to, let's go up to 7 volts. There's 7 volts. As you see, that's good and slow. It runs really, really well on DC. And of course, the E unit still works on DC. And you have plenty of power. Now, this controller is only 12 volts, but it's 12 volts at 5 amps. So you have plenty of power here. So take it up to 9 volts. There's 9 volts. Because I can't take this to full power, it'll derail. Okay, there's 10 volts. And as you see, that by itself is more than fast enough. I mean, you're never really going to run it this quickly. And you still have 2 volts to go. Take it a bit faster. There's 10.7 volts. I just don't want to derail it. Okay, there's 11 volts. So as you see, I take it any faster than this, it's going to come off on one of these corners. Alright, slow it back down. Okay, back to 9 volts. That's a good constant speed all the way around, and that's right at 9.01 volts. So, a Marx 897 running on DC with no problems at all. Anyway, like I said, I'm just continuing the experiments. I've been running virtually every locomotive I have on DC. Haven't found one drawback to it yet. And of course, the interesting thing about it is that it's not a transformer. So it doesn't hum, it doesn't buzz, it doesn't get hot. In fact, it doesn't even get warm. So it's a really, really simple controller. And the nice thing about it, of course, is it's really inexpensive. It's $22. So that's technically cheaper than any new transformer you can buy, a lot of used transformers. Excuse me. Now these are all American Flyer 4B transformers, 100 watts. And I specifically looked for these because I was using a Marx transformer, and then I went to a Lionel transformer. And then I just happened on one of these on eBay for $8. Bought it, had to replace the cord, of course. And it has worked, these transformers have worked better than any other transformer I have tried as far as AC transformers. They're cheap, they're powerful, I mean they are really powerful. They seem to have more current than any other transformer that I've used. whether it's Lionel or Marx, in this wattage range. Anyway, these are 100 watts. Anyway, the most expensive one on here that I bought was $12. But of course, you have to replace the cords on them, always. I had to replace the cord on every single one of these. But you can find them cheap. But when I started experimenting with this was interesting, because it's not a transformer, it's a power supply. And it gives you a digital readout. Also, there's 5 amps available here, so that's a lot of current. None of these locomotives will draw more than 2. I think the highest current draw was 2.6. 2.6 amps. These draw about 1.4, and we have 5 available. So there's plenty of power in this little package. 5 amps at 12 volts. So just want to do a quick video on the Marx 897 running on DC. And as you see, it runs absolutely perfectly, as every locomotive that I have run on DC. They've all run splendidly, much better than they do on AC. They're smoother, they're quieter. You have the advantage of running them really, really slowly. And the power supply itself is $22.95. It's really difficult to beat that. So, in any case, just doing a quick video. Like I said, I'm shooting this with a track camera. It just happened to be sitting here, so I grabbed it. And just running this 897 on DC, so I thought I'd make a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.